Once again, welcome to our English learning journey. Today's story is very special. It will not only teach you English, but also inspire you to never give up. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the story. Part 1, A Small Lamp, A Big Dream. My village is very small. Only 50 houses are there. We have a small school, a pond, a temple, and fields. Most people grow wheat, rice, and sugar cane. Every morning I wake up before sunrise. I hear the birds. I see the sky turn orange. I wash my face with cold water from the hand pump. I live with my mother, father, and younger sister. We have a small mud house. No tiles, no paint, just love. My father is a farmer. He works very hard. He never went to school, but he knows how to live a simple and honest life. My mother takes care of everything at home. She cooks on a chulha and sweeps the floor every morning. I go to the government school. It has no fans, no good benches. Sometimes there are no teachers. Still, I go every day. I walk 2 kilometers on muddy roads. In rain, I walk with a plastic bag over my books. People in my village say, "What will you do by studying? You will still work in the field." But I want something more. I don't know what exactly. I just know there is something inside me. A light, a small light, like a lamp in a dark room. It doesn't burn bright, but it doesn't go off either. I believe this light can take me somewhere better. One night we had no electricity. I was trying to study under a small lamp. My sister was sleeping, my parents were tired, and I was reading a lesson about stars. I read one line, "Stars shine because they burn from inside." I closed the book and looked at my lamp, and I thought maybe I can shine too, if I keep burning from inside. Part 2, The Wall That Taught Me. Next morning, I went to school as usual. My feet were bare. I held my books close to my chest. On the way, I passed a broken wall near the pond. That wall was old, weak, and leaning to one side. It looked like it would fall any day. I stood and looked at it for a moment. I felt like that wall, old dreams. Weak hope ready to fall, but still standing, still holding on. That wall taught me something. Even a weak thing can stand strong if it wants to. At school, our teacher didn't come. We all sat under a tree. One boy started singing a funny song. Everyone laughed. But I opened my book. I read alone. Words were my friends. Books were my family. When I returned home, I saw my father sitting quietly. He looked tired, very tired. I asked, "Baba, are you okay?" He smiled, but his smile was thin. He said, "Nothing, just the sun was too hot today." Then he took my hand and said, "One day you must do something big, bigger than me." That night I sat alone again with my lamp. I thought of my father's hands. So rough, so strong, yet so gentle. They had planted seeds. Part 3, The Day I Fell Down. One afternoon, I was returning from school. The sun was very bright. The dust was flying in the air. I was tired, hungry, and my bag was heavy. As I crossed a narrow bridge made of wood, my foot slipped. I fell into a small ditch. My knee hit a stone. My elbow was scratched. My shirt tore. My books fell in mud. I sat there for a while, silent. I looked at my dirty hands. I felt like crying. Not because of pain, but because of anger. I thought, why am I doing all this? Why am I trying so hard? No one cares, no one knows. That evening, I did not touch my books. I just sat under a tree near our house. My mother came and sat beside me. She looked at my wounds. She didn't say, "Don't cry." She put her hand on my head. She just said, "Your path is long." and sometimes long paths have holes. But if you keep walking, you'll reach. I got up, I washed my hands, I cleaned my books. The mud was still there on some pages, but I opened them again, and the light inside me shone a little brighter. Part 4, A Stranger's Words. One day, a man came to our village. He was wearing a white shirt, black pants, and shiny shoes. He had a bag on his shoulder and a smile on his face. He was a government officer. He came to see our school. All children stood in a line. The headmaster asked him to speak. He said, "I was once like you. I lived in a village. I had no electricity, no shoes, no money, but I had one thing, a dream." He paused, looked at us, then pointed at his chest. He said, "There was a light inside me. Small but bright, that light showed me the way." My eyes opened wide. His words felt like they were for me, like he was talking to my soul. After his speech, he gave each student a notebook and said, "Write your dreams here. Don't be afraid. Dreams are not only for rich people." That night I did not sleep early. I kept thinking, maybe I can do it. Maybe the light inside me is real. Part 5, My First Big Test. One morning, our teacher told us, "Next week, there will be a district-level exam. Top students will get scholarships." My heart started beating fast. A scholarship meant less burden on my father. It meant I could study in a better school. But there was a problem. The exam would be in a town 25 kilometers away. I had never gone that far alone. We didn't have money for bus fare. For 2 days, I did not say anything. I just practiced maths, reading, and writing. Every night I studied under my lamp. My eyes were red, my back hurt, but my hope was strong. The night before the exam, I told my father, "Baba, I want to go to the exam." He looked at me, then opened his old wooden box. He took out a small pouch. There were some coins, some rupee notes. He counted them and said, "This is all I have. But if this helps you fly, take it." Next morning, I woke up before sunrise. I bathed with cold water, wore my best shirt, took my books, and walked to the bus stop. My hands were cold, my stomach was empty, but my mind was full of hope. I sat on the bus, the first time I saw the town. Big buildings, fast cars, so many people. But I just kept my eyes on the paper. That exam was my first real test. Not just of knowledge, but of courage. Part 6, The Result Day. 2 weeks passed. Every day I checked with the school teacher. "Sir, did the result come?" He shook his head. I could not sleep at night. I kept thinking, what if I fail? What if I disappoint my father? What if my light was not enough? One day, I was helping my mother wash clothes near the well. Suddenly, our school's peon came running. He was breathing fast. He said, "Come fast, teacher is calling you." My legs shook. I ran to school. All children were gathered. The teacher was smiling. He said, "Today we are proud. From our school, one student has topped the exam." He looked at me. "It's you." For a second, I couldn't believe it. Then all the students clapped. Some shook my hand. Some looked at me with new eyes. The teacher said, "You will get a full scholarship, books, uniform, even travel. You can go to the best school in the town." That evening I came home and told my father. He didn't say anything for a moment. Then he turned his face away. He was wiping his tears. My mother hugged me. My sister danced. Part 7, A New School, A New World. The first day at my new school was very strange. The building was big. There were fans in every classroom. Benches were clean. Teachers spoke English. Students had bags with zips, bottles, boxes. They wore shoes I had never seen before. When I entered the class, some children looked at me and laughed. My shirt was washed but old. My shoes were too big. My bag was just a cloth sack. One boy whispered, "Look, village boy." Another said, "He won't last a week." I sat on the last bench. That day I didn't speak. I just listened. I wrote notes. I read silently. When the bell rang, I left quickly. At night, I sat with my lamp again. The same lamp that burned for me when I was small. Next day, I woke up early, did my homework, wore my shirt with pride, and entered class with a smile. I raised my hand in maths. I answered correctly. Even the teacher looked surprised. By the end of the week, those boys stopped laughing. They started asking me questions. Slowly, I was becoming a part of this new world. Part 8, the letter from home. One evening after class, our watchman gave me a small envelope. It had my name on it, written in my father's handwriting. I held the letter like it was a gift. I had never got a letter before. I ran to my room. I sat near my lamp. I opened the envelope carefully. The paper was thin, but the words were heavy. "Dear Beta, we all miss you. Your sister cries every night, asking when you'll come home. Your mother says your bed still feels warm. The fields look the same, but something feels empty. I work hard, but my body feels older. Still, when people ask me about you, my chest feels full. We are proud. You are our light, keep burning. Don't let the wind blow you out. Love, Baba." My eyes filled with tears, not of sadness, of strength. I realized something. I was not walking alone. Every step I took, my family was walking with me. Their faith was my shield. Their love was my fuel. That night I wrote back. It was not a long letter. Just one line. "The light you lit in me, Baba, is burning bright." Part 9, the speech on stage. After 2 months in the new school, our principal announced a speech competition. Topic: my dream. All students could take part. At first, I didn't want to. My English was not perfect. My voice was soft, but deep inside. Something whispered, "This is your chance." That evening, I sat under a tree. I took out my notebook. Yes, the one the officer gave me. I wrote, "My dream is not just to be a successful man. My dream is to be a lamp that shows the way. Even in the darkest village, a lamp that burns, not to be seen, but to help others see." The day of the competition came. The hall was full. Many students were confident, fluent, smart. When my name was called, my hands were cold. My legs shook, but I remembered my father's words. "Don't let the wind blow you out." I walked to the stage, took a deep breath, spoke slowly, with heart, with truth, not to win, but to share. When I finished, the hall was silent, then claps loud, long. I didn't win first prize, but the principal called me and said, "You have something special, a light inside, never let it fade." That night, as I sat under my lamp, I smiled, because now the light inside me was beginning to shine outside too. Part 10, the path ahead. Time moved fast, seasons changed. My uniform grew older, but my dream grew bigger. I passed class after class. I stood first in many exams. My teachers started believing in me. Some students asked me for help. They no longer called me village boy. They called me topper. But I never forgot the muddy road, the lamp, the letter, the words my father once said, "If this helps you fly, take it." Now I'm in college, in a city. Far from my village, I am studying to be a teacher. Because I want to go back, back to my village, back to the children who walk with bare feet, back to the boys who study under trees, and tell them there is a light inside you. Even if you can't see it, it's there. Keep it safe, let it burn, let it lead you. Sometimes at night, when the city lights go off, and the room is dark, I still light that same old lamp. I keep it on my table. It reminds me I am not made of money. I am not made of luck. I am made of hope, of fire, of a light that refused to go out. This light inside me, it was never just mine. It belongs to everyone who believes. Oh, the end,